Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that's close to my heart. Africa's development, specifically the race to fund their infrastructure dreams. Because, let's be honest, who needs another lecture about how far behind some parts of the world are? Instead, we're going to talk about how these countries are stepping up, securing the bag, and building their future brick by brick, solar panel by solar panel. We're talking roads, railways, ports, the works, the kind of stuff that makes economies hum and connects people like never before. But all this good stuff doesn't come cheap. So the big question is, how long will it take African nations to raise the cash for these ambitious projects? We'll break it down by region, looking at their game plans to generate some serious cash and, of course, the inevitable hurdles they'll face along the way. Because, as we know, development is never a straight line. So buckle up, because we're about to get into the nitty-gritty of Africa's infrastructure revolution. All right, first up, we're heading north. We're talking about the land of pyramids, bustling medinas, and yes, a whole lot of sand. North Africa is home to some heavy hitters: Algeria, Egypt, Libya, Morocco, and Tunisia, each with their own flavor and their own approach to development. These nations are done with putting all their eggs in one basket. They're diversifying their economies, moving beyond the whole oil and gas thing, well, some more than others. Think tourism, manufacturing, you name it, and they're not afraid to go global, courting international investors and securing those sweet, sweet loans. But let's be real, it's not always smooth sailing. Political instability, check. Bureaucracy moving slower than a camel in the Sahara, double check. These are just some of the speed bumps on their road to progress. So how long will it take them to get their infrastructure projects funded? Well, experts estimate somewhere between 4 to 10 years. Now I know what you're thinking. 10 years? That's like waiting for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle. But hey, development takes time, especially when you're juggling internal challenges and the ever-shifting sands of the global economy. Next, we're cruising over to West Africa, a region bursting with energy, culture, and, let's be honest, a whole lot of potential. We're talking about powerhouses like Nigeria, Ghana, Côte d'Ivoire, Senegal, and Mali. Now, West Africa is blessed with an abundance of natural resources. We're talking oil, gold, cocoa, you name it, they've probably got it. And they're leveraging this natural wealth to fuel their infrastructure ambitions. But here's the plot twist. They're not just relying on digging stuff out of the ground. Nope, West African nations are all about those public-private partnerships, teaming up with international players to get things done. Of course, it's not all sunshine and jollof rice. Challenges like political instability, corruption, and that old friend, bureaucracy, can put a damper on progress. So, when can we expect to see those shiny new roads and railways? Experts estimate it'll take West Africa between 6 to 12 years to secure the funds for their grand plans. Now, I know 12 years can seem like a lifetime, but hey, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither's a sustainable, thriving economy. West Africa is playing the long game, and with a little bit of luck and a lot of hard work, they'll get there. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're heading deep into the heart of Africa, a region often overlooked but brimming with untapped potential: Central Africa. Here we're talking about countries like the Democratic Republic of Congo, Gabon, Angola, Chad, and Cameroon. Now, Central Africa is practically synonymous with natural resources. Think diamonds, gold, oil, timber, the kind of stuff that makes the rest of the world drool. And that, my friends, is their ace in the hole. They're banking on these exports to rake in the big bucks for infrastructure development. But, and this is a big but, relying so heavily on natural resources is a risky game. Commodity prices are about as stable as a unicycle on a tightrope. And let's not forget the other elephant in the room: conflict and instability. These issues can really throw a wrench in the whole development thing. So how long will it take Central Africa to fund its infrastructure dreams? Experts are saying anywhere from 6 to 15 years. Now, 15 years might seem like an eternity, but remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. And the Congo is, well, a lot bigger than Rome. It's a long and winding road, but with the right investments and a little bit of luck, Central Africa can definitely get there. Chapter 4, East Africa, from safari dreams to economic giants. All right, folks, we're migrating over to East Africa, a region that's home to stunning wildlife, breathtaking landscapes, and some seriously ambitious development goals. We're talking about countries like Kenya, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Tanzania, all vying to become the next economic powerhouse. And they're not just relying on tourists snapping pics of lions on safari. No, sir. East Africa is diversifying its economy, investing in everything from tech to manufacturing to agriculture, and they're not afraid to ask for a little help from their friends, securing international aid and investment to boost their infrastructure development. But as with any good safari, there are bound to be a few bumps along the way. We're talking about political instability, corruption, and of course that old chestnut poverty. So how long until those cranes dot the East African skyline? Experts estimate it'll take between 6 to 10 years for this region to secure the funds for their ambitious infrastructure plans. Now, 10 years might seem like a long time, but remember, good things come to those who wait. And with their strategic approach and a little bit of luck, East Africa could very well become the next economic lion of the continent. Chapter 5, Southern Africa, building on a solid foundation. Last but not least, we're heading down south to Southern Africa, a region that's already a step ahead in the development game. We're talking about heavyweights like South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, and Zimbabwe. These guys have a head start thanks to their more diversified economies and established infrastructure. They're tapping into international bond markets, attracting foreign investment, and using their own resources wisely. But even with a solid foundation, there are always challenges. South Africa is grappling with inequality and the legacy of apartheid. Other countries in the region face political instability and corruption. It's not all smooth sailing, even down south. So when can we expect to see those futuristic cities and high-speed rail lines? Experts believe it'll take Southern Africa between 4 to 10 years to fully fund their infrastructure dreams. Now, 10 years might seem like a while, but hey, compared to some of the other regions, they are practically sprinting to the finish line. With their economic prowess and a commitment to good governance, Southern Africa is well positioned to become a shining example of development on the continent. Chapter 6, Island Nations, Paradise Found, Funds Needed, and finally let's jet off to the idyllic islands scattered off Africa's coast. We're talking about paradise destinations like Madagascar, Mauritius and the Seychelles. Now, these island nations are famous for their pristine beaches, turquoise waters and unique wildlife. Tourism is their bread and butter, but they're not content to just be a vacation spot. They're investing in sustainable development, from renewable energy to ecotourism. But these island paradises face unique challenges. Their small size means limited resources and a reliance on external financing. Climate change is another major threat, with rising sea levels putting their very existence at risk. So how long until these island nations can fully fund their infrastructure dreams? Experts estimate it'll take them between 5 to 10 years. Now, 10 years might seem like a long time, but remember, these island nations are in a race against time itself. With the right support and a commitment to sustainability, they can build a brighter future for themselves and inspire the rest of the world to protect our planet. Chapter 7, Africa's Future Under Construction. And there you have it. The estimated timelines for African countries to raise the necessary funds for their infrastructure programs. From the bustling cities of North Africa to the idyllic islands of the Indian Ocean, each region is on its own unique journey. Some are blessed with abundant resources, while others rely on strategic partnerships and innovation. But one thing's for sure, Africa is done playing catch-up. They're building their own future brick by brick, solar panel by solar panel, and the world is taking notice. So stay tuned, folks, because Africa's story is just beginning, and trust me, you don't want to miss a single chapter. Until next time, keep dreaming big.